It's like, you're gonna kill me, ain't you? I got that thing going. All I had to do is just press that little button, go live, and the phone rang, and that was that. I've been waiting on that phone call for 2 weeks. It's a supplier of CBD products, the base materials, and I had to spend me $1,000, and I had to understand what I was buying. And so I've been on the phone, and even Hillary's been sending me. She just sent me a message. Are you alive? Hey, hey, hey! I know. I was like, they're not going to forgive me because I got that button pushed, and I am so sorry about that. I didn't know that that would happen. That you could say, put everything in there, and all you gotta do is just hit that little button that says go live. You've got all the form filled out for a go live video. I didn't know it would like start or do stuff or whatever, and I don't even know what it does, but y'all guys are already here, and so anyway, I'm sorry. That's just one of them kind of things you just can't fix. Can't fix. It's like Ron White says, you can't fix stupid. You can't fix Kimberly sometimes when she's got a phone call. So let's see where we're at. Now look at this. See those Krispies? You've been stirring this every 20 minutes?
But I started from adding this one.
All right. Well, we got to make sure
This one's at 140.
at 140.
Back on one.
Yes, put it on. No, put it on low. So this is my bar number 11 that I've been working on, and so I was bringing y'all in to talk about Pinetar. I think, Lord, I almost got lost. So this one here, we're gonna put it on low and just warm it up just a little bit, and right here is my Pinetar soap. So we're gonna put this on low.
Let me turn this coconut on low.
Uh-huh.
This coconut on low.
When you put your finger in there and tell me what you feel. Does you feel any sting, or just feels warm, or it feels lukewarm? How does it feel?
It's barely warm. It's almost cold.
Okay, put it on low. Did you hear what she said? She said that the oil in the crock pot, even though it was melted, it felt almost cold. So we can't put our lye water in that because it'll turn back to solid oil right there in the crock pot when the lye hits it. So let's see. Yeah. So let's put these on low. All of them are below 160. Is that what you said?
The 298
Where are they at?
right there.
I know, where are they at on temperature?
180 and 190.
Oh, let's see. Give me a thermometer. Hang on, guys. I'm getting caught up. I just abandoned her. Just abandoned her. She's getting all. When I come back here, she's just like, she's about to lose her mind. Look at her. She's back there going, yes, I was about to lose my mind, Kimberly. How could you leave me like this? Every now and then, I was on the phone talking to that man, and I swear, it was like Kimberly met a male Kimberly. He could talk his ass off. Oh, he could talk. And I'd get so freaking lost with what he was telling me. Anyway, so here we go. If I can we get me out of it? I mean, is it possible to get me out? I know. It's like, what did I do? Oh, there we go. Okay.
This right here is at 164 and 160.
164 and 160. All right, and on these 2 9s, they're getting crispy on the top. We got to be careful.
literally just started
All right, but these here are at 180 and 190.
180 and 190.
All right, let me check this one. Oh, well, you still have it on lower. Maybe I turned it on. That's right. I was fixing to turn it on because I thought it was down. See how we check temperatures? we stir and stir and stir in there to get a broad spectrum idea of what the whole crock pot's temperature is, and then we sit and wait. Yeah, so this one here is easily going to hit 180, so we've got to wait on putting essential oils in it. So we're still in the cool down process on that one. Oh yeah, we're using the same spoon. Alright, so okay, so that one there is at one what?
60?
160 and
And
160.
this one's 158.
Okay, put that one on warm. What is that one? Okay, all right. Get me to, we're gonna just skip, because I was gonna tell you some stuff about pine tar, but looks like you're gonna get to watch me make a little bit of soap if you don't mind just hanging in there with me. So this one here, no matter how many times somebody else tells you that your soap is the right temperature before you put your essential oils in there, you check the temperature for yourself. Alright, so this is bar number 1. Nope, that's bar 46. Where's
This is 46.
Oh, this is 46, and this one's what temperature?
164.
164. Okay, let's see if we can't stir that one down. Take it out of its crock pot. We'll help cool it off. See if we can't get it. We needed lavender, didn't we?
Yes.
Will you bring me the French lavender and a tablespoon? So let's see what temperature we've got here. I had that thermometer somewhere. Did I by chance hand? I throwed it up here. Let's see what we got. Let's get rid of some jewelry. We're going to close the door. And I'm sure Hillary is giving you links. She's awesome. She helps me by sharing links and things. We have soap making classes. The next one that's coming up is essential oils class. We have a lotion making class in progress. This one says that this one has not at 160 yet, so it's dropped its temperature quickly while you were waiting on me. So we can go ahead and pop it in here. I need 4 moles.
Like the red ones or the white ones?
The red ones. And let's see. Here's 46. Did 46, did it get the essential oils in both of them, or was it some was in one pot and some was in the other? It didn't say separated? Okay. And so it needs 4 in here and 4 in here, or 8 in each one? All right, get your book out and let's find out. We when we measured up our essential oils for 46 is our facial bar, and it has bentonite clay in part of it and activated charcoal in the other part of the bar. And sometimes when I do 2 different bars like that, I'll put 1 essential oil in this one and 1 essential oil in that one. And so we knew that we needed to add lavender to our containers. Shouldn't be that close to the beginning. It's an older soap, so it should be further back. She's looking her up. Okay, so I went ahead and put 4 in each one. Yeah, see, this one got 4 in the charcoal, it got 6 rosemary and 4 lemongrass, and then in the bentonite clay, it got 8 lavender and 6 frankincense. You see? 1 cup of the bentonite clay. Here's this one. So it's 2 separate recipes. You understand? All right. So did you put this much rosemary in both containers? Okay. So next time you're going to understand the difference in this. This is going to be some pretty powerful soap that'll knock your eyes off. So we're not going to put any more lavender in it. But see, this is 2 different recipes. See, 1/2 is charcoal and it gets this, and 1 cup bentonite and it gets this. Okay? All right. So fix this recipe to where you understand. Okay? And we'll go from there. Okay? So this one, what we used to do is we used to put frankincense and rosemary in one, and what was the other one? Lavender and what in the other one? Lavender and frankincense in the bentonite clay one, and rosemary and lemongrass in the charcoal one. But now we're putting a little bit of that in all of them because that's just the way it goes around here. Sometimes new employees don't understand something, and so they measure incorrectly when you get on the phone with your salesman and you don't pay attention. And they learn this way a little bit at a time. You know, it's just the way it goes. But let's talk about this under the notion about my labels. Has the label changed? No, it has not. Why is that important? Because if your label changes, then your product, if your product changes, your label has to change. Because what happens when the FDA comes in to check you, the FDA comes in to check you, and they're going to do a test on your product, and then, or send it off for testing, whatever. And if the report does not match the label, then they have the right to confiscate your product because it is improperly labeled and therefore dangerous. It's dangerous! And you have to be censored. You are naughty, and you have to learn to do better. Put that in the wash for washing. Are you using those new chemicals today? Put some of the degreaser in your water. We bought some new products. So we're mixing all of the ingredients in all of the soaps, but in the label I didn't specify that that only lavender and frankincense was in this particular crock pot or this particular product, and then it was blended together. I just said that the soap has frankincense and lavender and rosemary and lemongrass. So therefore I'm okay, because normally just the lavender and the frankincense went over here, and the rosemary and the lemongrass went over here, but all of it's still going in the soap, so my label's okay. So remember, if you go and buy or make up a whole bunch of labels at a printer, you know, like let's say you go to the UPS store and you buy, they've got the special, you know, and if you buy, you know, 1,000 sheets of the label for your particular soap that's real popular, then you get a discount. So you go ahead and you buy that, and then you realize that you want to make a change, but you can't make a change because you've just bought 1,000 labels that has, let's say, 20 labels on each sheet, and you've got to wait till you use all of those pre-printed ones before you can do it. Before you can make a change in the product, because your label would change then, and you've just come up with a bargain on printing. So now, if you have a question for me while I'm doing all this, you can do a super chat, and it will come up here, and I can see it, and it'll stay. But on the rest of your comments, they'll pop up for just a second, and then they're gone quickly. All right, so it looks like pretty much it's like, where was she at? But in any case, I don't know how to make that go away now. It's like, there we go. All right. So if you have a question, you can do a super chat and then it'll stay and I will answer that question. I'll stop what I'm doing per se and answer your question. So we've got these here ready. And what I really love about this particular recipe is it's fun to make because it's sort of like when you were a kid and you were into the mud pies. Oh, wrong button. Okay, so I want to get you close enough that you can see. Okay, so it's so fun. It's a splat. And you just splat it in there, and then you splat some in that one. You try to hit the hole, as they say. But it looks really fun when it's made, and all that. And so there'll be one activated to 2 splats balls of bentonite per thing. I need to put a little bit more there. And then you beat it down. And you try to level it a little bit. Okay. And now we're going to do that's what it looks like. So now we're going to put some bentonite clay right on top of our activated charcoal one. And then we're going to do our activated charcoal on top of the bentonite clay one that we've already done. Oh, and it smells so good. Okay, so now let's bang her again. Now this is just a fun idea, but if you had time for making a topping, you could put some hot water in this batter and you could make it thinner, and you could do something similar to a cold processed top, but it's going to take a lot longer to cure on the curing rack. All right. Okay. I need a TA spoon. Because we're splatting, we're making sure that we get all of the air bubbles out. And now I'm just going to reach down and swirl and bring some up from the bottom. It's going to be taller on this side than this side. Alright. And ta-da. So then do the same thing over here. And now you can leave it like this. You can see how it has, you know, trenches on the side, but when you cut it, it has a little bit of a weird air pocket thing that goes on. So just one tap and then make sure you're level, and it really does look better when you cut it, in my opinion. So here is our 46. And now let's do our second one. I'm just tucking those down in there. Alright. So frankincense is really great for skin cancers, they say, and any kind of imperfection and boo-boos in the skin. And so this soap has frankincense. Rosemary is a natural anti-aging essential oil. So it has rosemary in it. Lemongrass is a natural skin toner. So lemongrass, and isn't it pretty? Lemongrass is a natural skin toner, so we put that in there. And then it has, rosemary, lemongrass. Oh, it has lavender, which is the most healing essential oil for the skin. So, ta-da. All right, so you can take these two crock pots right here, and you know our soap scraps? All right, get you one of those metal scrapers and scrape out the excess and dump it over into that. What's this? This is number 39. So y'all just sort of got, if you're watching, you just sort of got ramroded right into a soap making day. I was just going to teach y'all about Pinetar, but it looks like you're going to get a different kind of scenario going today. So let's see. I don't know what. Oh, I think it's some bentonite clay. I've got bentonite clay on my fingers. I need a wet rag. All right. So here is. I'm going to figure our 39. Yep. Here's our 39. And we're going to pour that in. And this is French lavender. French lavender is the lavender that helps you sleep and is restful. So it's great for if you're having a bad day with your nerves per se. Oh, thank you. Or stuff like that. So this one is really great for that. We're going to have we have an essential oil class coming up. Thank you for this. And so on the essential oil class, I think it's December the 4th. Hillary, would you put the link to soapykisses.com and also the date of class? It's only $30, and everybody gets to pick a kind of soap. So let's say you want to make a soap for acne, then we'll make a soap for acne for you, and we'll discuss essential oils. We will take into effect what essential oils you already have on your presence in your home, but sometimes, you know, you just don't have the right ones, and I just have to say, you know, you really need to buy this or this or this, but in any case, when we will do an essential oil recipe for each person who pays for the class, that's worth $30 right there. Just exactly how much tea tree and how much lemongrass or how much this and that do I need for my particular recipe for, let's say, acne or eczema or whatever. So we're going to do an exact formulation for you. This is a pot swirl. So this is a ½ ounce of liquid from our super fats with a ½ teaspoon of alkanet root. And so in our essential oil class, you'll not only get to write down the notes for your class, for the one you're wanting to know the recipe on, but you'll also get to hear the recipe for everybody else. So if there's 10 people there, you'll get 10 different recipes. That's sort of cool, right? I think it is. Anyway, and so if you would be interested, and then it'll probably be a 2 to 3 hour class, and we will sit and talk about, let's say, lemongrass and why is it good in soap, or how is it used in soap, how much can I use, what can I blend it with to do what, because it's that kind of thing. We'll talk about tea tree. It has limits as to how much you can use safely, so we'll talk about those limits. Yep, there it is. Hang on a second, be right back with you guys. All right, so we'll let you go ahead and take that to the sink. So we'll talk about safety guidelines for tea tree in your products, not just your soap, because it's so important to understand tea tree. And we're going to have all kinds of basic essential oils that work well in soap that we're going to talk about, and how much you can use and what their purposes are and all that kind of thing. So if anybody would like to join that class, you go on to soapykisses.com and you pay, and then you take a screenshot or you forward the email from PayPal to Hillary, and Hillary confirms your payment with me, and then she puts you on the classroom page, and ta-da, you get to be a part of the class. And it's a video, because I do a go live video on a private Facebook group. And then after I do that, then you will be there for class. Nobody else can see it except for the people that's paid, so they're members of the page. I need a TEA spoon. And then for up to 5 to 7 days after that, you can go back and rewatch the classroom video over and over. And if you just can't, for some reason something happens and you can't be there when the actual class happens, you can send what you're wanting to do to Hillary, and she can talk for you. And so then when the video plays, you will see what I have said about what you should do for your particular recipe. And you can watch the video over and over too. But only for a few days. It's a classroom page, so once that class is over, then we will do another class, and it just depends on how quickly we do another class on that particular page. Isn't it pretty? I love that one. So this is our restful lavender. So if you wanted to do a soap to help you rest, then we could do a recipe on our essential oil class for that. All right, here is our bar number 1. this one has a lot of black cumin in it for a immune support, but mostly this one is for people that have herpes and AIDS, immune disorder diseases, autoimmune disorder diseases, and things don't heal well. People that have diabetes, although bar number 37 is more planned just for them. But this one here is for people who have autoimmune diseases to wash their skin in, because this is really, really good for the problems that they have skin-wise, the rashes and things of that sort. It has a lot of black cumin in it, and it is a favored soap by many. Many people have, whenever they're doing the exploration of the tombs, they have found black cumin oil that was, BC is when it was put up, that's like before time or something. I don't know. Anyway, so they found these urns of black cumin, and it was still viable. And what's another wonderful thing about black cumin oil is there's parts of it they don't even know what the compounds are that's in it. So I love black cumin oil. It is not an essential oil. It is a carrier oil. When we first started working with black cumin, there was a typo where we bought it, and they used the word essential oil instead of carrier oil on the label. So we thought it was an essential oil. And then they ran out of it, and I had to investigate, and lo and behold, it's not an essential oil, it's a carrier oil. So you can just drink this stuff if you want to. It's really, really awesome for you. It's a wonderful supplement. You've stopped stirring every 20 minutes?
I think it's time to start now. I just forgot to set the timer.
Yeah, you can't do that, okay? You've got to set a timer. These two here were just almost ruined. But I just assumed that you were still setting a timer and still stirring the ones that I was not working with. This one here's got a big, massive lump of dried soap in it. It's going to take a good while to get that melted back down. See that? I can't make soap when it's like that. I can't mold it. It's pretty good underneath, but if you don't stir it and keep the crispies down, then I can't utilize it. Okay? So this one here is on low, so it can continue. But this one here, this goes with this one. This one here has got a melt down, serious melting. So stir these two, and maybe see what the temperatures on those are. Sorry about those, guys. All right. All right. So we're making this soap, and we've got our bentonite clay one in here. And we've added our essential oils and our carrier oil of black cumin to it. I highly encourage you to go to Google and say health benefits of black cumin oil. Some places you'll hear it called black seed oil, but there is an oil in India that's also called black seed oil that is for women's cycles, and it is a seed, but it is a different plant. It is not Niagara salvia, but it is commonly nicknamed black seed or black seed oil. And so sometimes you can get confused and buy the wrong thing. I highly recommend Essential Depot for their black cumin oil. I've been noticing recently that Sofer's Choice also sells it. I need a yep, a TEA spoon, a TEA spoon. So something you may have noticed, and this is something you can do. You say, well, how do you manage all those crock pots at one time? How do you get all those crock pots to, to come out at the same time? Well, I don't. And if one gets too cool, I turn it back on. I just turn it back on. And so if one gets way past the temperature, I turn it back on high. And if it gets a little bit past the temperature, I put it on low. So here is our bar number one.
This one's closer to 160 and this one's about 170.
Okay, all right. The one that's 160, put the lid on it. The one that's 170, leave the lid off. But stir it again in about 5 minutes. Hey everybody, woo! So anyway, I got those out of the way. Let's go back over here and let me show you what happened when so-and-so over here quit stirring and I didn't know it. We got this big lump. And look, it's melting out really fast. Oh, I'm so excited. I thought I was going to be able to pull up this big, massive lump for you. And y'all guys could see the total disaster she made. It's just a disaster, but it looks like it's going to level right out. See, there you go. You just got to be positive. But if it was still a big lump of unmelted soap in here, I would just leave it on longer. So I was going to talk to you about Pinetar. So Pinetar is a wonderful product, and I only know for sure that this one's good. It's Brickmore brand Pinetar. They have another container that looks just like this that has other words here along with the word Pinetar, but this one only says Pinetar. I get it at Tractor Supply, and we want to put 8 ounces. 8 ounces. Let me get some of the shavings off of here. 8 ounces per 22 to 24 bars, and 4 ounces for 11 to 12 bars. That. So look how that lusciously blends in. Don't put it in until after your lye has died. So you can't put it in until after it's come out of gel in the center, okay? It's got to be happy soap with the gel dead before you can do it, okay? Let's get you where you can see the soap better. I had a little white chunk in there. And you got to make sure you blend this up all the way. Got to reach down in there, get it out of the crevices. All right. So now we will put our essential oils in here. Oh, that's 9. Can't be doing that one. This is the one we got to stir often, try to get the heat down, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, we need activated charcoal. All right, so here, see, I checked myself. This is how I stay sound of mind and soap right. As I keep these little cheat sheets on here. So this is bar number 22. And I have a little bit of uncolored soap on my spoon. I'm getting rid of that. I saw a few, there we go. I call them Crispies. Remember you were talking about that hard thing that was there on the top where it had solidified? So we've got a few of those in here. There's a big one. Oh, but it would smash. Let me smash it. See if I can get... It's not solidified to the point. There we go. Just smash it. Alright. So, this is ours. Ooh, have I done right? Yeah. Say, did I already put that in? Couldn't remember. We'll let you put that in the water. Those silicone spatulas will melt over time if you leave them in essential oils or active lye. Huh?
Steaming.
Yep. I had turned this crock pot back on to melt everything, so it will cause it to be a little steamy because the crock pot's still warm, even though the soap in it is still within range of the temperature that you can add the essential oils to. So since I saw it steaming up a little bit, I took it out of here because the heating elements have turned off, but you know how that is. It takes a while before the eye goes cool. So I just went ahead and pulled it out of there, thinking that there might be some heat still accumulating, even though I'd turned it off. And speed is your friend when it comes to getting your soap in the mold. The slower you are, the warmer or the colder your soap gets, so therefore it will get unmoldable for you. I don't know, I may have put a little bit too much in that one. Let's see what happens when we... Oh, that's my problem. No, that's right. It makes 2. Okay, I've got another one over there. I was like, why am I getting so much soap? But I know I've added 8 ounces of Pinetar to this, but it just seems like it's fuller than it should be. And I don't know why, but that's okay. It shot up in my hair. People ask me, Why don't you do peacock swirls? Why don't you do coat hangers and coat hanger this and blah blah blah. Well, I don't know. I sell necessity soaps. I don't sell foo-foo soaps. And you can make foo-foo soaps all day long, but you don't have a person that needs that soap. But this right here, it's for your eczema and dermatitis and rashy skin. I got people that needs that soap. They can't live without it. So therefore, it's not bought from their frivolous money that's left over after necessities. It's bought with their necessity money. So that means I sell a lot of it because it's a necessity. So I recommend that you formulate necessity soaps. I got in a lot of trouble for that. All the little self-righteous soapers was soaping with fragrance. And my ass needed to be kicked because I was soaping with essential oils and telling people that this soap was good for eczema or so forth or acne or whatever. Why, hell, I needed to die for that. That was a crime against the soaping community. And I mean, they harassed me forever. But you know what? You can't get away from the benefit of essential oils. Now, every one of them's making some kind of an essential oil soap because it's good for something. And you know what that makes them? Turncoat, redneck, what do you call it? Rebels. They all need to be, what do you call it? Oh, is it tarred and feathered? Anyway, so now they're all using essential oils. They can't fuss at me no more. They just can't do it now because they got somebody that likes them essential oils in them soaps because it's good for their skin. And you know what they're doing? They're watching my old videos to figure out what they need to put in there. Oh, man. All right, we're getting this stuff done. All right, so let's see what we got. Can you stir these two here for me? See, this one here is another 22, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, if you stir that one and that one for me, I'm going to work on these here. All right, so let's see what we got here. We got bar number 9. Did you get me the activated charcoal?
No.
I'll need a TEA spoon that's not wet. See what the temperature is. Okay, it says that one right there is 160 right on the dot. This is the one that was slightly hotter. So let's see where it's at. Well, this one here is right at 160 now. We left the lid off of this and to let it cool down. We're going to put these side by side, clear our tables off just a bit. Now we have 2 number 9s. That's the only way I keep myself sorted. We sell a lot of this soap. This soap is for acne. Hand me the other spatula. There we go. I got to clean the funk off of it. Always scrape everything out of your jars. Now this one here, men just love this one. They just love this one. Did you package up that last one I gave you? The shipping label? Okay.
I couldn't find the whole of vagina and cumin.
Okay, the whole vagina seeds are down there, and the whole cumin seeds are down there, you know, in those bins in the pouring station. And then I wanted to talk to you about that because I wanted to make sure you got the right stuff. I want to see what you get before you package it all up, okay? And see, this one had been hotter, the soap had cooled down, so see it being just a little bit steamy. Because it's doing that, I'm going to take it out of its crock pot. I can't prove it helps, but it seems to help, so.
It makes sense.
It's supposed to, you know, it causes a couple of temperature drop, a couple of degrees instantly. Okay, so now we have product in here. Let's get our molds, and I'll show you how to do an activated charcoal swirl. Okay. How's it looking?
This one's temp's way down. It says it's on high. But it's only 14.
Let's turn it down. There we go. All right. Go get me 1/4 of a cup of hot water. This one's still not stirred.
I just started.
No, you didn't. No, because that's crispies. Are you sure you turned it over good? Because that's the whole thing. It's just turning it over so that the part that's been touching the air is underneath. But that's what you did? All right. So,
And then I went
what's
to
the
take out-
temperature on this one?
I didn't check on because it was steaming so much. I assumed.
All right. Well, that looks good. So let's go ahead and unplug this one. All right. On this one here, what was the temperature?
140.
Okay. All right. Back to going here.
I would check.
Checking on some soaps.
This one's right at 160.
Do what now?
This one's right at 160.
Awesome. Which one is that one?
11.
11. right, so let's give it a good banging. And I've made 2 double batches. So I've taken all the soap of that one and filled them half full. Now we're going to get the activated charcoal out. And I'm putting about a tablespoon on top of each one of them. Alright. Now we're going to take and put our other half of soap on top of this half. Okay, watch out. Here it comes. Woo! We got it going on around here. Better watch out. If I sing too much, they'll give me a claim. Oh yeah, I like to take and just go back and forth like this. Sort of stir it up a little bit, and then give it the T8 twirl. All right, there she blows. Alright. Got another one down.
I'm gonna take the tampon and goat's milk liquid.
Yes. That's where I'm heading as soon as I get these done. Alright.
Pretty warm. Almost hot.
Turn it off. And check me a temperature on the oil on the inside. We just had it on low, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Or did we have it on warm? Low, okay. Alright. There's a little bitty uncolored chunk of crispy got away from us. There's a little crispy. So who makes liquid soap out there? What's the ratio of soap to water? About 180 to 100. All right, leave the lid off. We'll cool her down. You can take the crock pot slightly, out of the base, and that'll help cool it down faster. I swear this one here is fighting me, but it's pretty in the end. So who can answer that question for me? So when you make liquid soap, how much water do you put to how much soap? Is it 10 to 1? 5 to 1? What might it be, guys? Hillary, will you look at the answers? Oh! Sorry, guys. Got y'all off the project there. The door is locked, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a cute cat. Anybody got an answer for me? All right. Hang on, okay. There we go. So 1 part soap to 3 parts water. So my crock pot here. So it's filling up about 1/3 of this bowl. So I'm gonna go get 2/3 hot water. Hang on. So let's see if she's right. All right, go get me the stick blender.
Put it back in here.
Thank you. All right. Yes, would you put those over there for me?
I need stickers.
Oh, yeah. Alright. We'll see if she's right. Oh, look, I got activated charcoal on me. It's a soapy way to live. There we go. Alright, so how's that one looking now?
It's up to 150.
Alright, what was the temperature? Oh, yeah. What'd you say?
140.
140. Alright, we're fixing to make goat milk soap.
And then this one was 160.
Alright, I gotta go wash me hands and get the activated charcoal off of me. So I'm gonna put you right here where you can see. And who's gonna sign up for the essential oil classes? Hillary, send him a link. Howdy. Whoop. Didn't get it off my face. I didn't even think. Now I look better. Okay. So let's see what we got going on here. This is bar number 11. This is for fleas and ticks. Wouldn't you like to have the recipe? Last lady, that one of our last students for soap making got this recipe because that was the one that she wanted the recipe for, so she could make this for her dog. And so everybody in the class got that recipe too. So if you would like to have a recipe just for you, join our essential oil class coming up December the 3rd or the 4th, I can't remember which, for only $30. If you're a beginner soap maker that doesn't know how much essential oils to put in recipes in your soap safely, it is what the class is all about, making you safe. All right, wait, I need molds. That's what I need. Oh, they're right there. Dun, 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 dun. Wake up, Kimberly. I need a TEA spoon.
30.
All right, so we have blended our cedarwood and tea tree, and I got this lovely green from chickweed. I love chickweed these days. Chickweed is a really pleasant green when it dries. It sort of looks mousy right now, but it really has a pleasant, not, jump out in your face, but for natural herbs, a light spring green that I like. And so I put 3 tablespoons of chickweed into my super fats, which that is for, this will do 22 bars. think we need to steal just a little bit. I know y'all getting tired of watching me do the swirl, but this is easy, it's pretty, and people like it. I know how to do it. It's easy. See, it just takes a couple seconds and you got a pretty top. All right. Bar number 11 is made. There we go. Let's check our soapy water. Looking good, I guess. Turn this little booger on. Oh, I didn't turn it on. I just plugged it up. I'm so crazy. It's not, why ain't this perking? All right, let me see that one there. You can tell me what temperature it is if you want to. How much?
150.
Well, that's better than what was it, 130, 140? All right, go check the temperature on that oil down there and let's see where that's at.
A little bit above 150.
All right, and turn yourself off. You're beeping. She's beeping. That's how we keep up with stuff. When you're doing this many, we set timers for things. So, pine tar. Where's that hot water I asked you for? Yep. I just need about 1/4 of a cup of hot water. When it gets thick and gloopy with salt or pine tar, I put just a touch of hot water in it to loosen her up. Oh man, remember, Brickmore. The pine tar you can put in soap. It's Brickmore. Oh look, there's a little piece of soap on me on my phone screen. So who's gonna join us for the meeting for the essential oil class? Let's see. Oh, look at this. Ah. It's Brenda. Yep, that's when our essential oil class is, December the 3rd. I'm just using chickweed for color in that one. That's all I used. You can sort of get it's just a light green, very pleasant when it's just really pretty color. I like it, just a light green. I don't use anything but natural stuff in my soap. No chemicals, no dyes, no anything like that. Just lye water, which is from food grade lye. Everything's natural, and that's the way people like it these days. People don't know. The people don't know any better that buys the foo-foo soap. All right, so we're going to put just a little bit of hot water in here. Just put a little bit on the top. Our crock pot is very hot. we're gonna have to let that little booger cool down some. Did you see the steam that rose up off that thing? Because this one had gotten too hard on us. So I'm teaching you something here now. If your soap gets, you know, too goopy to move, just a little bit of hot water. But see the steaminess coming off of it? Because the crock pot is hot. So we're going to have to let that crock pot cool down. So we're just going to have to wait. Soap's right temperature, crock pot's wrong temperature. All right.
It's down to 120.
120. All right, where's the water? Right there. Okay, let's get going. Woo! I'm pulling on my cords. Woohoo! I'm so happy to hear about that, R&A. I'll be glad to have you in our class. Yes, the classes are awesome. I'm up, but my tripod, that's another story. We can always make certificates. I never thought about certificates. Hey, Hillary, can we do certificates? All right. Okay, so right here is our oil. And here is our cold lye water. I need my stick blender. That has activated charcoal probably on it. Can you give it a rinse? All right, so this is almost at 120. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna unplug it. Why are we gonna unplug it? We're gonna unplug it because goat's milk soap has to cook slowly. If it doesn't cook slow, whoa! What is it with this tripod? It's just lost its wig. There we go. So goat's milk here, it has to cook slow or the milk burns. And it needs to cook with a certain amount of temperature control. So it's 20 degrees warmer than I want it to be, but this is cold. Say it. Cold lye. All right, so since this is cold lye, we have got to think about the fact that it's going to chill, even though there's a heated reaction that occurs when you put lye water and oil together, because the lye water is cold, we've got a little bit of room, and if we don't turn the crock pot on right away, we should be okay. That should balance our temperature. I need goggles. I almost mixed lye without goggles. Oh no. That's it. We need certificates. Hillary, I didn't think of that. Okay. Okay. This is only half the water, right? When we make
It's
that.
less water than.
No, it's 6 ounces, right? It's 6.6 ounces less. That's it. Okay, so just so you understand, here is 6.6 ounces of goat's milk. So we put 6.6 less ounces of water in here and put all the lye in here. We put our milk in there to be eaten by the lice and sit overnight in the refrigerator. Every time I see that, it just makes me want to cry. Set me in a thermometer for 5 minutes. Here's one that you can use. Oh, it's the baby. The back door's open. Hey, darling. All right. Did you sit it for 5 minutes? It is thawed, but it is cold. It's been in the refrigerator. And it's cold. You'll see that the fat separates, so I'll use a spatula when I add it. All right. So, let's go down here and look at this other stuff. We gotta wait 5 minutes. Boy, don't we have an activated charcoal mess? Stir that once for me. That's got some really good bubble to it. I'm gonna need 2 loaves for that one. Do we have another? I've got 2 here, but I really need 2 white ones for that one because it's a lot.
Only one.
There's only one more left. Okay, all right. We'll do red then. Make it as a liquid soap. Can wash our hands with it. Take a bath with it. Whatever we want to do with it. I'll need the stick blender rinsed. And I'm going to do stuff with that right there. Alright. See what I mean about, this is a white washcloth. It's new to the, look at that. This will not be a pretty washcloth for long. Now, could you take and scrape this crock pot up and put it in there? You sure can. Okay, but we're doing a test. We're seeing how 3 parts water to, or 2 parts water to 1 part soap, or was it 3 parts water to 1 part soap? I think it was 3 parts. So basically I did 1/4 the bowl in soap and the rest water. Alright, I'm putting peppermint, tea tree, and peppermint, tea tree, and lavender in here. Peppermint acts as an anti-itch. You can't get too much though, or you make them rashes come alive with itchy fire. So, you know, you gotta know what you're doing. Lavender, tea tree. You can only put so much tea tree in there. It's unhealthy for you to put too much. Take our essential oil class. Tell them you want to know how to make eczema soap. We'll teach you how to make eczema soap. All right. Cheryl, would you keep stirring that? Let's see what we got going over here. I don't know where the beep is. Make the beep go away. Make the beep go away. Ah. All right. 5 minutes has occurred. So now we're putting in our milk. You can add more milk. Just decrease the value from your water and don't use more than half of your water as milk. Now we gotta stir that in. This adds natural sugar to our pot, which will now cause this soap to cook faster, and we should have regulated to a nice temperature. Let's see, we've added cold lye, cold milk. We didn't turn on the heat. Yeah, it's 95 degrees, perfect. So we will let this make goat's milk soap. Stir in the milk. Clean our spoon. We're using a separate spoon, separate spatula, separate everything because this has milk in it and we don't want to accidentally get some milk in our other soaps. So we got to use all stuff just for this. So now we'll let this cook. Usually it takes about 30 minutes. We'll set a timer for 20. And let's see. Oh, and turn it on low. All right, we got it plugged up now. Let's see, I think the heats are coming through now. Now we got some cooking going on. I need the big filter that's got the tip cut off of it. Was over there, white filter. It's got a big opening so big stuff can go through. Got our some quart jars. Did you find it?
No,
The big funnel's not over there with the cutout end?
no, it's the red one, but it's like the normal one.
It's white. Let me go over there and look, guys. was keeping it over there, but we ain't no more, so got a big opening. Woo! Next one. She's like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Go get me another one of these things. It's light as a feather because it's mostly bubbles, but they'll settle. Get me another. This is mostly bubbles. I'm gonna put it out and redo it. Mm-hmm. And there we go. We'll let that settle. As you can see, this liquid here, it'll turn this color, but it'll be much shorter when all the air bubbles pop. And so then we have soap, and yeah. It feels good. It doesn't feel too strong, but you could dilute it, but it feels good. So just a little something you could use for personal use. You're going to throw away all that soap in that crock pot. A lot of times people do. A lot of people scrape it out pretty good, and they make more soap out of their scraps. We need to do a video on that. We hadn't done that in a while. But, I mean, that's just a little handy trick, and you can put this in a bottle and stick it in your shower. This bar here particularly is great for the hair, so I'm going to put me some of that. And the other thing, the recipes are on KimberlyMcNutt.com, www.KimberlyMcNutt.com. Go to the free or soap recipe page. I think it says free. Anyway, there's several different recipes that you can look for. You can pick out one you like. Kim's favorite recipe is my favorite one, and it's really, really awesome. EROP. And then you can also find videos on there, and you will find recipes for different kinds of soap and whatnot on there too. But that's where you get the base recipes. Whenever I put the time on the soapykisses.com webpage, that is Central Time. So we usually turn the cameras on about 6 o'clock for the pre-class, and that's just letting everybody get there, get settled, whatnot. By 6:30, we start the class. So if it was Eastern Standard Time, that would be 7 and 7:30. For people heading towards the coast, it's earlier than 6 o'clock. Some of you are 2 hours before of me. Some of you, I think, are 3 hours ahead of me. You can, like, if you were going to just be like 30 minutes late, let's say we started at 6:30 my time, but you couldn't be there till 7 o'clock my time. That'd be cool because we got each person to do, so you'd have plenty of time to get in and get your soap done and listen to, because it'll be the last part of it. Well, or you can just replay it, if you missed a part of it. But for you to do it, yes, it'd be 4 o'clock in Oregon. But if you couldn't be there till 5 o'clock, it would be okay, because we don't actually start till 4:30, and the class goes for 2 to 3 hours. So let me go rinse. if you will get to washing, and let's go. Let me go poke at me goat's milk soap. Whoop. This tripod, it's one of those you lift and you turn it to the right, and it's supposed to stay till it feels like not staying. All right, so we're still really, really good. Yep. We gave it a slow start since our oil was just a little hot. So that's fine and dandy. So everything's cool. All right. Oh, look, see? The foam is already dyed. We've got some wonderful activated charcoal. And see, now we can already condense. Go. We'll probably get all of that into 2 crock pots. There we go. So now we've got our essential oils in here. It's time to mold her up. I believe I stopped this one because it was too hot. Yeah, the essential oils are in there. We're slinging the soap. Slinging the soap. Our Pinetar soap is excellent. Can you bring me a clean TEA spoon?
Huh?
Can you bring me a clean TEA spoon?
I think I have one sitting there right beside the pot.
I didn't. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Dun 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 dun. Let me go stick this one up. just keep waiting on those little boogers to sort themselves out. And oh, my skin feels so good where I washed. 2 to 3 hours. They're only supposed to be 2 hours long, but I just get to teaching y'all stuff and I can't make myself quit. But you can quit watching. If you gotta go, you gotta go. You can come out and watch it later. You'll have several days that you can watch the video before it's deleted. And that is something that we do. We had someone get very upset with us because they didn't understand. But you pay for a class, and then whenever you paid for the class, then we put you on the page on Facebook that's for the class. And then when that class is done, we leave you on there for several days, and you're usually put on several days ahead of time. And then when that class starts, we do the video, and then the class is over. And if it's a standalone class, just one class, that's it, like the essential oil class, then that's it. Although sometimes there'll be a disruption and we'll turn off the video and redo it, so there'll be like class 1 and class 2 of the same class. Every once in a while, Mr. Internet decides to give us problems. But it's usually just a few moments distraction, and then we just start up again. So we got to do that. And so then those videos will be filmed. And it'll be something similar to this right here, only it's a go live video on Facebook. Hillary is keeping up with your questions, what you need. She's helping me the whole time. She's choreographing. If you have a question, she sends me little messages, and she keeps me sorted. She's me peeps. And so if somebody has a question and I don't see it, she makes sure I see it. And then we'll do each person essential oil recipe, and then we'll start talking about all of our essential oils that are used in soap and how we use them, how we formulate for them, how I do it anyway. I can't tell you how the world does it, but I'll tell you how I'm successful at doing it, and I'll tell you what I've learned over all these years about these essential oils and how much you can use and can't use and not get in trouble with your person's skin that's going to be using them. And we'll talk about the good, bad, and also how do you find out if essential oil can be dangerous? How do you find out? I'm going to teach you that. I'm going to teach you how to investigate for yourself and how to formulate for yourself. All right. Oh, yeah. We're getting some soap going here. It still hadn't come out of jail yet. We're on low. We're going to leave it on low even though I have no patience and would like to put it on high. Yeah, that's true. We customize. Hillary, she's awesome. Before class, she's talking to you and she's finding out the stuff that you need. And she's finding out questions. And then she fills me in about each person before class and during class. And she keeps me sorted. I couldn't live without Miss Hillary. I really would not do this without Hillary. If it wasn't for Hillary, I would not be doing online soap making classes because I just can't do everything. But Hillary's me peeps, and she said that she would like to be involved with this. And so she has been a miracle worker, and because of Hillary, you are able to get a soap making class from Kimberly. It's all her. Because she can keep me sorted. Yes, if you miss a class, like right now we're on a different group page. On a different group page, we have lotion making classes going. So you've missed sanitation and gathering of supplies, portion of the lotion making class. But it's been videoed. So you wouldn't be able to ask a question, but you could write down questions that you would ask during the other class. And so you can pay for lotion making 1 and 2, even though 1 has already occurred. You'll be put on the page and you'll be able to watch class number 1 as many times as you'd like, up until the point that class number 2 has ended, and then it's, we wait, like we delete when it's time for another class. So when it's time for another class to occur in there, then we clean up. I mean, everything is deleted. All posts are deleted. It's completely put a clean slate, the group. Everybody that's not paid for the class that's fixing to occur in that page is removed from the page. Not because you're naughty, but because class is over, and we delete those class videos. They're not saved. They're not recorded for prosperity. They are what you paid for. They're yours and nobody else's until your timeline is up, and then we delete them. And then the next class occurs in there. And so we've had people, like during the soap making one that we just did, it was like, I think 5 classes altogether. We had people coming in the middle paying, but if you're gonna go on the page, there's already 2 videos on there, let's say, 2 different classes. If you don't pay for those, then you're being given those for free, and that's not respectful for the people that's paid for those classes and attended those classes. So if it's a series set of classes, you do have to pay for every class. Now, if you pay for 3 classes and there's 2 more classes to occur, you don't have to pay for those classes. You don't have to attend those classes. But anything that's happened before and you're going to come into the page and be able to have access to, you got to pay for. Just because it's disrespectful to the other people.
It's been 20 minutes.
Yeah, time's up. The bell's ringing. Just like school.
You need it set
It's been 20 minutes. Yeah, I set it for 10. No, for another 20. Set it for another 20. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're getting custard now. Oh yeah. Oh, it won't be long now. Around the sides, it's starting to turn into soap. So this will be done in no time. No time at all. Okay. He's on the couch. Say hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
I got to go get me a hug. I'll be back. I couldn't take a break on anything. It was chaos. Let me get you, I'll get you some. You what? What are you washing it on? What's been washed? Was there stuff that had fly water in it? Did you put any, there's no, so, out of this right here, none of this had lye. you $1 that you got your, take vinegar today, because your other arm's not breaking out, right? Okay, I bet you $1 you got into the live over there, when I was making the goat's milk soda. That's bleach, that's the wrong thing. Do vinegar, and do vinegar, and then, don't put that arm down in the water for 5 minutes, and let's see if is it stinging? Yeah, let's see if the stinging stops. You might want to, if it's stinging really good, you might want to take a cloth and put vinegar on it and wrap it on it like a Band-Aid. So let's look at that. Do you mind teaching people what to do? Okay, so all of a sudden she said, I think I'm allergic to something, I'm stinging. And so, where's it at? Point it to him. Okay, so bring it back a little bit, right there. So she's got this light redness here, but it's stinging. So she was already rinsing. She was already in the water, right? So it was good and rinsed. But now, we'll put a vinegar. Yeah, I think she got into the lye. Okay.
It really burns.
That really burns? Whew.
Really, really bad.
Really, really bad. That's just vinegar. Vinegar makes things better. Okay, so is it still stinging? All right, go rinse it. Look at her. I don't know. We put vinegar all the time on stuff when we get lye on there. Could be that she's got an allergy to something else. Cold water? No, we'll sort it out. Does it still sting?
A little bit.
Is it stinging like it was stinging?
Not up here, like right here it is.
Okay, well, you know, I didn't put any vinegar right there. Your friend, the stinging vinegar. I only put it in that other place. And I think the reason it stung is because vinegar isn't acidic, okay? And you'd done let the lye water get on you 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, whatever. She got a little bit of lye on her. And so it was irritating your skin. So when the vinegar went on there straight, it just, the acidicness of the vinegar stain. But it actually done the job, because when you rinsed it off, it quit hurting here, right? Okay, so now is it bothering you here, putting the vinegar on it?
Yeah, it's burning all over.
Is it as bad as it was?
No, not as strong.
It's not burning as bad? Okay, so. All right, now go rinse yourself. Let's see what happens. That looks like a bleach on it. No, that's it. All right. All-purpose cleaning vinegar. Cleans, degreases, and something others, it says. Yeah, this says vinegar diluted with water to a cleaning strength of 6% acidity. How is it now?
Burning is bad.
So it's feeling better? Okay, let's look at you. Because you didn't know what you'd got, you just didn't realize. And at first it was like a little bit of an itch, right? Just a little bit of a twinge. Yeah.
I didn't really feel it till I started washing, and the longer I'm in the water, the more it started burning.
Yeah, so you got just a little bit of raised skin right there, just a touch that might fuss with you. But ultimately, I'd say at an hour, if it's lye burn, and that vinegar is not a reaction to something else, but if it's lye burn, which is what we think it is, then in about an hour, you won't be fussing at all. But I've not seen it form a rash, and see how it almost looks a little rashy? So it could be that you're allergic to the degreaser. And it could be that it doesn't bother you diluted in the water, but it could be that you got some full strength on the metal, and then you put your arm on that full strength spot, and therefore it irritated you. So I'd wash around the sink in case that's what it is, to get that diluted into the water, just in case. Let me know in about 5 minutes how that's feeling, okay? All right. Yes, it does hurt, but only if you leave it on the skin and you don't take care of the problem when it happens. So I got my tripod, I lift it up like this because I got an extension cord keeping my power going, because your phones they just go dead on you in no time. All right, so we can now condense. There we go. Now we're two quart jars full. All right, let's go look at our goat's milk soap. All right. And we are making soap. Let me turn you down where you can see. See the soap being formed there? Won't be no time. How many minutes has it been now? We set it for 20. Did that go?
10 and a half.
All right. So probably another 20 minutes and it'll be done. You can see right there, that's soap forming right there on the spoon. So we've got our super fats ready. What is this? Oh, this is, what is in this? Is this madder root? I think
Peppermint. Wait.
the peppermint's in this, the peppermint essential oil. This is madder root. I need a Twizzly. It's okay, I'm sure it's madder root. Those 2 empty quart jars can go ahead and be taken. All right.
Yeah, you're right.
Look at that, isn't that pretty? So this is madder root. Make a nice pink color. And we've got our peppermint essential oil all ready to roll. So we're just waiting on this soap to do its last little bit, which won't take long. So I'm going to put y'all to watching some soap cook while I run to the ladies' room. Be right back, ladies and gentlemen. This only had water in it. It's picked up just a little bit of soap from the bottom, but I think you can just rinse that. And that way it's so you don't get it dirty. and then just sit them here on the gray table. And here is, that just needs to be rinsed. We have one. Would you like a cup of coffee, Steve? He don't like nothing in his.
Is it caffeinated?
Yes, it is. Ooh, have y'all been watching the soap grow? Look at there. See that right there? That's soap. This is gel, this other stuff. Hello, hello, hello. Let me see what Hillary's got to say. All right, there was a couple of different opinions on how much water to use per soap, and so we'll have to see how that does. I know, my shoes are untied. I gotta get them tied. We've already done. Let's see, a full round of classes for beginner soap making, because you can't just throw that at people. So anyway, I'm sorry, I was trying to read a comment. So anyway, so we did, like, the first class was like probably on what oils and stuff you would need, and then I know we did a life safety class, and then we did recipe, and then we did how to make recipes, how to change a recipe, how to see what a recipe is going to be like before you make it. Then it's like you get this recipe and you have every oil but one, and you want to replace that oil with something. All right, but we got to figure out what that oil does. Okay, so what does that oil do to this soap recipe? So we got to figure these things out, and I teach you how to figure these things out, and also what kind of oil would I have to replace. So I figure that out, and so we do that, and then we do a additives class, and so everybody gets to pick an additive, and we talk about how to use each one of those additives. Then we do an essential oil class. Everybody gets to make their own recipe with essential oils with my guidance and help, and helping you with how much and all that kind of stuff. And so you get to have your own recipe, and then of course you get to take notes on everybody else's recipe. And then we have on some of our classes, the big long ones like this, we have what you call it. I have hang on, I gotta put so anyway, so if I don't so then we have a big long, sorry, I got sidetracked with I think a scammer. So anyway, so then we have the actual make it day, and for people that's never made soap before, they need somebody there with them. So it's an all day class. We start about, I think it was like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. We had to allow for our West Coast compared to East Coast people, so we had to balance the time out for what was good for everybody. And then after we do that, then we set the time that everybody's happy with. And oh, thank you. And then is the coffee good, baby? Yeah. So anyway, so then we come in and everybody is on Google Hangout, and some people don't want to be seen, so we teach you how to disclose your image, but you can turn your camera on whenever it's over the soap so I can see how the soap's cooking, but you don't have to show your face and stuff, and then other people don't worry about what they look like. I can't worry about what I look like. You've done seen me. So we have it set up both ways. So if you don't care for people to see your image when you're yourself when you talk, that's fine. Otherwise, we teach you how to somehow use a picture. Hillary knows how to do this. She teaches everybody on the Hangouts beforehand. And then after we get when it's time to start, there's certain things you have to do before class, and then some people still don't do it, but we get everything done in the end. And when we're all done and everybody's made their soap and everybody's soap is in the mold, we say bye. On many of the classes, but now we had one person that didn't make soap. They took the class, but they didn't make soap. And on the last day, they'd come on, they actually paid for that day, and they sat in and asked questions, and they watched other people's soap, and they were preparing for their own class. For their day, when they would do it. And I think they even decided they may take it one more time. And they're a senior, I believe it was, and so they were a little bit concerned, and they wanted to make sure they really had it down before they did it. So I think they're going to do it next time. But it happens over periods of time, the classes do. So with the first class, you learn what it is you need to buy, and it's not expensive. So then by the time you get to make it day, you've already gotten all your supplies in if you want to make soap. And a lot of your stuff can be bought at Walmart. There is, of course, your line needs to be ordered from the Central Depot, I believe, and the essential oils you can pick up, so you can get your stearic acid if you want to do the stearic acid recipe. your essential oils and your lye or your fragrance from Essential Depot, and your shea butter if you want to use shea butter. We give you the choices, and then most of your base oils though, well, all of your base oils you can buy at the grocery store. So for your beginner recipe, we need something that you don't have to order $5,000 worth of stuff from a soap making supply company. You can also order a kit from Essential Depot, and then you have everything just in the right proportions. And if it needs to be adapted, like if you get the lavender one and you want to put lemongrass and rosemary or something else in there too, you want to do something different than just plain lavender, I'll help you out with what you need to get. And the kit comes with a mold, so you've got everything you need. We teach you how to make a mold out of a cardboard box in case you don't want to buy a mold yet, and you just want to spend minimal amount of money to see if you want to learn how to make soap for sure. If you have no supplies, I think a bottle of lye of lye is maybe, I don't know, $6 to $10, but they sell the small things of lye. It's just a few ounces in a little bitty container too. But the best thing would be, if you don't want to buy all the stuff, is to just get a kit from Essential Depot. I have a kit on there. There's 4 kits available to choose from on the Essential Depot website. And just remember, don't cut the box it comes in, because I'll tell you what to do with that box. And that way you just buy your kit and it's got everything. It's got the color, it's got everything. You'll love it. And but as I said, everything but the shea butter if you want to use shea butter, and the lye and the stearic acid if you want to use stearic acid. But technically, I could teach you to make soap that all you had to do was get the lye, and everything else you'd be able to pick up at Walmart. And we could use a cardboard box. I can teach you how to use a cardboard box to make that in a garbage bag and a little tape, and you got your mold. I'd do a class on that, but I don't know if anybody would watch it separate. But I think it's really fun making your own molds out of cardboard boxes.
Your timer went off a few minutes ago. Do you need to check your...
I know we said it for 20 minutes twice. What did we set it the third time for?
We didn't set it the third time.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just letting it do its thing over there. Having me a little coffee, talking. I know, I love the smell of soap. So, we've talked about classes. Is there any questions? Savers? I don't know what Savers is. But you can buy a crock pot from Walmart, and you can buy a crock pot at the Goodwill. You just need a 4-quart crock pot. Not a 3.5, not a 3, 4. A 4-quart crock pot. Mm-hmm. I'm here. I didn't die, Linda. What is Savers? I don't know what Savers is. But if it's a department store, the answer is yes. The classes, somebody asked how much the classes are. You go to soapykisses.com. Gabrielle, please buy some CBD from me. Buy some CBD balm from me. I wonder if oh, it's a thrift store. Yes, you can get a lot of your stuff at thrift stores. I get all kinds of stuff at thrift stores. For somebody said something right here. They suffer from chronic pain And for those of you who are suffering from chronic pain, if you have fibromyalgia, our CBD balm, if you just rub it on the tip of the spine all the way to the hairline and the tops of your shoulders, it sinks in deep and it gets into the bloodstream and it calms all the nerves all the way up, and then it hits your brain and it pops into the little noggin and goes, "Hello, ladies," and it calms your nerves down there. Some people say, "I can taste it." And it will calm down fibromyalgia. It'll put tears in your eyes because your pain relieves so beautifully. We do love it. And so anyway, so you can take and use that for fibromyalgia. Nerve pain, you do the spine as well. But if it is, a knee pain, elbow pain, arthritis pain, you put it where it hurts. It's great stuff. All right, I have a feeling. Let's look. I've always heard of, we always have the Goodwill. The Goodwill. That's our main thrift stores. Salvation Army. Salvation Army and the Goodwill. And it's bad and it works. Yeah, somebody said that they use the CBD balm to make it, and I have fibromyalgia. Yeah, we sell it on my website. Hillary, would you put a link to my website where I sell stuff? Yes, you can order the isolates directly from me, and we've shipped out a bunch of them today to people making their own recipes. We are fixing to start selling you the terpene oils too, but that was the salesman that made me late for this video that I talked to, squeezing out information, trying to understand what there's got for sale and how much it is, and getting the formulation right for my state and my legality. I'm sorry I was late today, but I've been waiting on that phone call. Okay. Yep. Come on. Let me show yous. That's still gel, but we got some soap going on. We're breaking up the gel to let the heat get to it. The heat kills the life. And cooks the saponified oils and turns them in soap. Well, saponified sort of means soap, but stage of soap in which we want. So we just got a little bit left, and it'll be done cooking. I swear my cord's hung. Hang on a minute. There we go. All right, we'll leave you watching soap for just a minute. I went over there and microwaved that and just warmed it up a minute. It's just almost done. How to make embeds in a flash. Okay, this is an uncolored soap. Go get your trim from your soaps when you sliced them, chop them up in pieces, and throw them in there. Instant chunky monkey soap. Alright, I'm unplugging that. Okay. Let's make her happen. If you had that monkey farts fragrance, that would be really fun. Chunky monkey. Chunky monkey soap. We're using peppermint, chunky monkey, and goat's milk soap. Ooh, it smells so good. Love me some peppermint essential oil. Looks like I need a spoon too, please. Uh-oh. 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 We had an accident. I forgot to put super fats in. Who was screaming at me from the other side? Super fats, Kimberly. Super fats, Kimberly. Super fats, Kimberly. I bet Hillary was. Hey, Hillary. Look at you, calling me. Go get, bring me the peppermint, please. I decided I wanted to chunk it up just a little bit more. And I think I'm going to put just a touch more peppermint in there. I have ruled. Put 1 more ounce in there. Why? Because I've added more soap, so therefore I'm diluting down my peppermint with the chunky monkeys. So we're gonna add a little bit more. I know my mold's gonna look crazy, right?
What is that chunky stuff in there?
Soap scraps. Yeah, all the little leftovers from your soap. Just chunk it in your goat's milk soap. You got to be careful with your regular soap because it's too hot. So you have to make sure you cool it down to the right temperature. Otherwise it melts your chunky monkeys. And you can use monkey farts fragrance and call it chunky monkey soap. I need a TEA spoon. I don't think I have one. You'd think I would have one. I could have swore there's one here, but I must have stolen it. Ooh, that's good. Sing hallelujah. Thank you. Woo! Clear out your sinuses. This piece is just so big. I'm gonna throw it over in that one and bury it. Isn't that pretty? Chunky monkey soap. And there we have it. Chunky monkey soap. Isn't that pretty? Yep. Pretty stuff right there. It's just lightly pink from the madder root. Chunky monkey peanut butter. No, it's chunky monkey peppermint soap. Ghost milk peppermint soap. All right. So, show you my scrap bucket. This is soap scraps. This is 1 of 2 buckets. The other one's over there, same size. And from time to time, see, that's our 2 buckets of soap. That one there is full too. And we do things with our scraps. Hand me those. I'm gonna get, yep. I gotta buy. Is there any molds anywhere else, or is that it?
You got that one over there with that soap that.
Oh, yeah, and it's white. That's right. Okay, all right. As you say, I'm uneven. I got to sort myself out. So anyway, we got Chunky Monkey soap. So another way you can use your leftovers is to put them in a great big crock pot with some water and just start melting them down. And you can melt them all the way till they become complete soap, or you can melt them down till they just have small pieces. Okay, so let's see. I could feel it, Hillary. I could just feel it. Yep, she's me Canada peeps. Let's see what she's had to say. Okay. Okay, so somebody's wanting to come to body butter classes. So we're doing lotion making classes right now. I have classes set up for all the way through Christmas and into January. In December, I will start setting up more January and February classes. And I'm going to have a body butter class. It will be a 1 or 2 day class. And then I'm going to have, let's see, I'm going to have a black African soap class. Let's see. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do goat's milk classes, and with goat's milk classes, we're gonna do other liquids. So like goat's milk will be a liquid, coconut milk. With any of your other milks, we're gonna do a sugar scrub class. We're gonna have a sugar scrub class. We're gonna have a bath salts class. Yeah, I'd love to have you. With the African black soap or black African soap. It's black African soap. I'm going to have the first class will be on buying what you need to buy. Okay. And burning, drying and burning, and I'll actually do some of it there so you can see it done because it's volatile, so you have to know how to do it. And then the next class, it could be though, the first class we'll do, I take that back, we'll do what we need to buy and the recipe, all right? And then class number 2, we'll do the drying and the burning and how to put it in soap. There you go. There we go. All right. So let's see. But we're going to have all kinds of classes coming up. We might even have a Chunky Monkey Scope class. All right. So I think we've just about exhausted Cheryl over here. She's dripping. She's dripping. How's the arm?
Still burning.
Let me see. No. I've never seen lye produce a rash. Red boils, yes. I wonder if one of those, did you use both of them or just one of them?
The degreaser.
The degreaser? Okay, so I feel like that some of it got full strength on you, and it must have been irritating to your skin because you look rashy to me. But the vinegar still helps any kind of rash. How's your hands? Are they clean?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoop. Sorry, guys. This right here is our shea, right?
Yeah. Partially empty, but there's a big chunk in the bottom.
Yeah. put that little chunk right there. This is, I'm gonna put a thick layer like this right here on this spot, and then you just go ahead about what you're doing, and then when we're all done, we'll take off any excess and make sure you just have the right amount on. But that'll act like a barrier, and it'll make it feel better. Does it feel better?
Yeah, it already stopped burning.
Yeah, I already stopped burning. Shea butter's awesome stuff. Okay, so I think she got into, I think something about that cleanser is it. And I'm going to do the body butter probably, I think probably, the beginner soap making classes are really, really draining because it's 2 classes every week for like a period of weeks for me. So it can be a little bit hard on me. But 2 classes or 1 class is an easy class for me. So that's cool. So anyway, so like the 2 sets of classes for African black soap or black African soap. It's black African soap because it's not ABC, it's BAS. So anyway, so any case, so we're gonna have more classes. I'll probably be setting those up after Thanksgiving. Yeah, after Thanksgiving. Check again on the soapykisses.com. But right now, do not delay. Go pay for the essential oil class. You will love it. And if you're wanting to make lotion, go pay for the lotion classes. And we will get going on those again right after Thanksgiving. All right, so I'm all done. I got me soaps made. They're all looking nice and pretty. We didn't kill anybody or anything. We survived. And so there you go. All right. Bye, everybody. Oh, she's gave me a message. There's a Facebook group. See, me peeps Hillary, she keeps me sorted. There is a Facebook group. All right. So if you go to soapykisses.com, you will see on the actual class page, you'll say, if you've paid for this class, go to this, because there's classroom pages too. But there's one page that's just for you to join and stay on it just like any soaping page. And that's where it tells you about the classes. And so when there's upcoming classes, we post on there. None of the soap making group pages will let us post the classes. I used to let people do that all the time. I still do. If somebody's doing something, they can post it on my pages. I don't care. But no. Hillary, since I started charging for soap making classes, even though it's only $20 and $30 and stuff like that, they won't even let Hillary post one of my YouTube videos anymore on the pages. That's so sad. But in any case, so you can go and join the class. Oh, CBD samples, go on to the www.essential-soaps.com, and if you are buying something on there, you can put 1 frog in there for free shipping, because it would cost like $2 for me to ship you that 1 frog through PayPal. And I don't do stamps because stamps aren't trackable. You don't get a tracking number with a stamp. And so on the CBD, if you want to try it, but you don't want to spend a lot of money, get yourself a frog, pick you up a bar of soap, that's only $5, and get you up a frog. Or you can buy a 4-pack of frogs of 100 milligram frog, 4 25, so it'd be 100, or 4 50 milligram frogs, that would be 200 milligrams of CBD. And then you can try them over a period of time and see how you like CBD. Or you can get a bottle of 30 or 40 gummy bears that are 10 milligrams each. Those are really nice and easy to eat. So there's lots of different options on there. We are currently out of the 1 ounce jar. And so if you order a 1 ounce jar of CBD, it's going to be a week and maybe even a week and a half, because SKS freaking bottles will not send me my stuff. I thought I was getting it today, and I got this one little bitty box that had 1 item in it. So they swear up and down today that all of my packages have went out. We will see. So anyway, so sometime next week I'm supposed to get them, but then I got to make it, so I'm stuck. I don't have any 1 ounce bottles, so you can get the 2 ounce size and the 4 ounce size. There's enough room for everybody. But now, if Hillary posts one of my YouTube, like if somebody asked a question about soap making, and I have a video about it, if she posts that in the comments as an answer to that person, she'll be banned from the page. I'm illegal again. I know. I know. It is sad. And I've had people for years posting soap making classes, ebooks. Mrs. Bloom, she posts her classes all the time on our pages. We never care. We love it. As long as it's, legitimate. We have to watch about somebody posting a spam advertisement that's for pocketbooks, And they won't show up anyway, even after you buy one. But in any case. Yes. I love it when y'all buy mystery boxes. I love to do the mystery boxes. Thank you so much, Rebecca. I really do appreciate that. All right, let me see what Hillary sent me. All right, I've got that. All right. So I'm going to say bye to everybody. It's late at night. We're going to wash up and go home.